What's cooler than cool?
High school!
I was gonna write my poem about Damas Braga, but this poem is dedicated to Andrew Carlos. To all the teens out there with daddy issues, to all the missing pieces that have been jammed into the wrong jigsaw puzzles. The next time you see him, spit in his face. Maybe now he'll stick around long enough to clean it off, to wipe the rest out of his life so he doesn't have to taste the dirty aftertaste of his actions. Let your voicemail become his best friend. Let him hear the sound of an automated beep at the end of an ignored call. Let it ring in his ears like the bells of a church steeple he listened to with deaf ears. And the next time he asks how you've been, tell him how you really feel. Tell him that it feels like an obligatory funeral procession in your chest, and every time he's around, it feels like you're being buried with it. Tell him that he's really messed up, that you were the best share on the market and he missed his chance to cash in, that it's too late, that the ship has sailed and the waves hug you more than he ever did, that the waves at least return after he is kissing you. Tell him, Dad, I really miss you. Tell him, Dad, I always wanted to know what it'd be like to have you around. Tell him, Dad, Mama said she's really tired with your shit. And whenever we're together, you say you love her, but there's something about the alcohol on your breath that makes it easier for you to swallow. There's something like the numbing effect of cough syrup you chug when you have no cough. There's this way you look at me. I swear I've seen it in the mirror. Dad, what is it, Dad? I've never had a dog, just like I've never had a dad, but based off my experience, dogs seem like they'd be a lot easier to take care of. At least they follow you home. The next time he says he loves you, tell him that his love is stale and hard to chew, that it feels foreign wedged in between your teeth, like billboards on the street side advertising, I love you too, but they don't mean it. Your love is a receipt that you cannot refund. This sale was made 16 years ago and the expiration date is up. Maybe you could have bought insurance with time, but you placed it on your tab and interest is growing like rising floodwater, subtle at first, but slowly it grows. The interest. Interesting how things can start off so subtly, like rising water. You don't realize it at first, but then you're drowning. Hints over dinner, anecdotes from relatives, glances at family reunions. Tell him everything you've laid awake at night painting onto your lonely canvas walls, about the murals of fantasies forgotten by fate. Tell him everything you've held back as lockers kissed your face, as your ears were pricked by needles sewing insults of gay and fag, and how depression became your best friend, how depression invited anxiety, how anxiety coaxed eating disorder, how psychiatrist 1 said to psychiatrist 2, who knew a therapist who said to psychiatrist 3, I think you have some daddy issues. Dad, my sister wants to know why I'm brown and she's not. Dad, my friends think you're cool. Dad, I made an imaginary friend in 3rd grade and I spent more time with him than I'm ever going to spend with you. Dad, when people ask if I miss you, I say I don't even know what a dad is. Dad, I'm sorry.